What's up everybody, Coach Jeff here, coming to you with another video. During the shutdown I'm getting really bored, so I've got all kinds of projects going on. So first of all, ignore the mess that you see in the building. What I'm doing today is I want to try this hydro dipping. I've been seeing a lot of it. It's really cool. It's not a professional job because I'm going to be doing it with the spray paint, but it looks really cool, looks really fun, and looks like an easy way to kind of put a little pizzazz on some of your stuff. So I'm gonna try it today. This is my first time doing it, so don't laugh. We're gonna see how it turns out. I got two things I'm gonna try first, and then I may shoot some more videos later depending on how it goes. The first thing I'm gonna do is, don't know if I got it in the video or not, I've got an old motorcycle helmet. I want to do it first, and I think I'm going to do it in this cool green and navy blue, which are two pretty cool colors. For those of you that do know me, I'm the head coach of the Anson Raptors, and lime green and navy blue is our colors. I really like those colors. They kind of pop a little bit, so I'm going to try to do that with the helmet, see how it turns out. The other thing I got is a set of deer antlers. Not nearly the biggest deer I've got, but was a set that I do want to skull mount and put on a plaque sometime. So I think I'm going to do it, maybe some camo colors. I've got some green, black, brown, tan, just a couple of different camouflage colors I'm going to try. And of course, you got to have your gloves. I don't want paint on my hands, so trying to play it safe. I've got plenty of gloves here to put on. I've got these things taped up. I didn't want to bore everybody with the taping part because that is boring. Nobody wants to watch me tape up stuff. Nobody wants to see all that. Basically, just do the best you can. All you're trying to do is just keep the paint off of parts that you don't want. My taping job's not the best. I did use painter's tape on some of the stuff that I didn't want to get paint on. But as you can see on my helmet, there's parts of it where the tape's coming off. But the biggest thing is I'm not worried about water getting in it. I just don't want to get paint on certain parts. So I've got those parts covered up pretty good that I don't want to get the paint on. And again, this is my first time, so I'm going to do my best. I got my little girl Kaylee with me. She's going to watch. She's super excited about this. Say hey to everybody, Kaylee. Hey! She's usually camera shy, so to get her on camera was awesome. And I'm so glad I was able to do that. Thank you, girl. I've got her a brand new helmet in a box that, if it all turns out well, I plan to do her helmet. And so that's why she's out here. She's super excited about it, and I can't wait. So anyway, I've got my tub here. It's obviously don't have the water in it yet. I do know after watching several videos it works better with warmer temperatures. So I'm going to take the tub inside, fill it up with warm water, try to keep it warm, but I'm going to do the painting outside. You don't want to do it in the house, obviously. So I'm going to fill it up with hot water in the house, bring it out to my building, and do the dipping out here and see how it goes. So anyway, I'll be back shortly with the hot water. Bye. All right, folks, we are back, and this time, Jared, I got my son with me too. He's going to help me out. I guess we're going to go ahead and get started now. So the reason I'm out of breath is because I had to take the tub in the house to fill it up with warm water. It was not easy, was it, Jared? Because you want to use warm water. So we got the tub filled up. I actually had to use a 5-gallon bucket to finish filling it up because we spilled a little bit along the way, and thank goodness for my little girl Kaylee walking behind me with a towel to clean that up for us. So anyway, not going to waste any more time. We're going to get started. All right. So first thing I need to do, Jared, come up here with me. I got my gloves I'm going to put on so I keep the paint off my hands. And we'll get started here. Keep my paint close by. Are you excited, Kaylee?
Yeah!
Okay. Helmet has been wiped down. It's very clean. You want to make sure it is clean and wiped down, possibly with alcohol or something if you have it, so the paint will stick to it. Just trying to make sure everything, the tape is on there well. And we're about ready to get started. Gosh, I'm nervous about this. One other thing you want to make sure you have is a little stick just to stir it with and get your swirls going. So I've got it. Move these paint cans out of the way. All right, y'all ready? All right, here we go. You excited, Kayla? Just trying to get plenty in there. Get it to different areas. Yeah, it's gonna be a little fumy, so y'all try to stand back a little if you can.
Oh, I need to go alive. No, Professor.
Oh, this is gonna be so cool, Jared. Okay.
Yeah.
I am just mixing it around with the paint itself.
Joe, you finally get to see what this looks like.
All right. Now we take our stick and just kind of swirl it a little. Get some swirls going in there. And here we go. Find a good spot to hold it where you don't really care for the paint to get. And this is not easy to push down. All right. So one thing I noticed is that, follow me with the camera, this being such a big object, it doesn't cover it as well as I hoped, but got a pretty good bit on it.
Yeah.
So anyway, we're gonna set this down, let it dry, peel the tape off, and see how it turned out. And we're gonna stop the video here, and I think we're gonna go to the next video, which will be the deer antlers, and see how they turn out. So we'll be back shortly. We are back. This time, I'm gonna do my deer antlers. I wanted to do them in a little bit of camouflage colors. We got black, brown, kind of like I don't know, what do you call that, Jared? About a greenish brown maybe?
Yeah.
Tan and a green. So we are fixing to do this again. One thing we just learned from the helmet is the bigger the thing you're trying to do, the harder it is, most definitely. Pushing the helmet down in there was like pushing a beach ball down in the water. It's not easy to do.
And if it has air inside of it.
And it had air inside of it. So yeah, it was like pushing a beach ball down in there. It didn't completely cover the helmet because you are trying to cover a big surface area. So obviously the smaller the stuff you do, the better. Stuff like that that's round is, we found out, is definitely hard. So just keep that in mind when you're doing this. We're going to use the same water. Water temperature is still pretty warm. It's got just a little bit of paint specks in it. Not worried about that. Once we start painting, it'll push all those to the side once I start putting the paint in there. So we're going to start now and keep my deer antlers close, and I want to see how this goes. I'm trying to keep everything really close, tight together, because you do want to do this as quickly as possible. This paint sitting on top of the water will start to dry quick, stick together. So if you're trying to swirl it like we were trying to do, I noticed that the paint had already started sticking together some, and when you were trying to swirl it, it was actually pulling the paint off the top of the water in places. So keep that in mind. You do want to do this very quickly, so when you're doing it, make sure you've got everything laid out so you can get to it quick. So, all right, you guys ready? All right, we're gonna do the deer antlers. We'll try a little bit of camouflage here.
You've got 10%,
See how it goes.
You got 10%, by the way.
Okay. 10% battery, so we're gonna try to do this very quick. All right, that's not wanting to work good.
So far, looking a little like camo.
And my paint's not wanting to cooperate with me. Get a little bit more brown on there. And here we go. Y'all ready?
Yep.
All right. Tilt it in at an angle. And bring it up. some on that back side. See if we can get a little bit of this green on it. And swirl it around. Okay, I noticed one problem already. Alright, I had to dip it in there a few times. One problem I noticed doing this is I probably should have put primer on there, because I can see the paint's not really wanting to stick to part of the antler. So I tried dipping it a few times to see if I could get it to stick, and it really didn't turn out as good as I hoped, but not too bad all in all. I do know that that's something you definitely want to do. I didn't put alcohol or anything on this like I did the helmet, so probably was not going to stick good. Probably wouldn't even need to use primer if you got the right kind of paint. But anyway, like I said, this is going to dry, and I'm going to put it on the wood plaque. And I don't think it'll look too bad once I dry and shape up the skull a little bit. So anyway, that's it for now. We might get Jared's Xbox if he wants to, and Kaylee wants to dip something. Don't know what colors we're going to do it yet. We'll decide on that, and when we're ready, we'll come back with another video. So thanks, guys. Give me a thumbs up, Kaylee.
Yeah, but
Put yourself in there, Jared. Alright, see y'all. Alright guys, we are back, and this time Jared is going to do a baseball. He's going to do it in our favorite colors, blue and green. And we got Mommy on the camera. Alright, Mommy. Alright, Jared, you ready?
Mm-hmm.
Alright, here we go. I'll tell you when, okay?
Alright.
Alright. Ready?
Yep.
Dip it in there. We're slow, 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 slow. And try to pull it back up on some paint. Alright, that's fine if that drips off. Alright. And while we still have the wet paint, Kaylee, you want to get in here and watch it? Kaylee has a wallet that she keeps her money in. Come here and watch. We're going to do it in the Raptor colors. You ready, sweetheart?
Yeah.
Alright, here we go. Get in the camera. And let's see how this turns out. And we're going to bring it back up. Like that.
I don't want the black to show. Actually, I do want the black to show a little bit.
There's going to be just a little bit of black showing.
Actually, I kind of like it.
Alright. And Kaylee's is done. We're going to stick these out in the sun and let them dry. And when they're dry, we'll do one more video to show you how they turned out. Thanks, guys. Alright, everybody. I am back, and I am here with the stuff that we just got through hydro dipping. And everything seems to be pretty dry, or at least dry enough for me to show you. So first of all, this was my first time. This is not an easy thing to do, but you know, I always say that anything cheap, it probably is, and this is a cheap, easy way to hydro dip your stuff, and so it's probably not going to turn out the way you are expecting. It didn't do as great as I thought it would, but everything did turn out okay for the most part. So first of all, the deer antlers, one mistake I made on this is I didn't put a primer or anything on it. I didn't wipe it down, and I guess the skull itself, paint's just not going to stick real good to it, so it didn't stick like it should have. If it had, it probably would have looked pretty good actually. This was the one thing that I thought maybe had turned out the best, or at least got covered the best. The paint just didn't stick well, and you know, that's one of those learning things. So anyway, there you can see it. It turned out with a lot of brown because the paint I had, the green didn't want to work for some reason, so it turned out with a lot of brown on it. But once I took the tape off of it, it actually didn't look too bad. It turned out pretty good. The only problem with it, like I said, was just the paint just didn't stick like I hoped it would. As far as the helmet, it didn't turn out really bad. It actually looks pretty cool in some spots, but obviously with it being as big as it was, the paint didn't stick well. And I also noticed that one of the problems I did, I wasn't thinking very well. I knew this before I did it and I didn't do it, is you should always do this slow. When you're dipping it, you should drop it in there as slow as you can, and obviously I didn't do that. It caused some bubbles and it caused some of the paint to kind of bubble up a little bit, but for the most part it turned out pretty cool. Jared's baseball, still a little bit sticky. He's got some spots on it that the paint did not take well. I think his hand was probably in the way there. This was not an easy thing to do, because anytime you're trying to do something round like this, just like the helmet, and you're trying to cover it all the way around, it's not going to go as well as you think it probably will. It's really hard to get it to cover all the way. Flat objects, smaller objects, those are the best things to do. Anything that's big, round, it just takes a lot of playing around with to get it right. Kaylee's little wallet, on the other hand, I'm going to show you it. Aside from a few bubbles, it actually didn't turn out too bad. Kaylee is not a girly girl, unfortunately. It's not a bad thing, but she's got a big brother she really looks up to, and she's very tomboyish, so of course she don't go with the pink and stuff very well. A few things she does take that's pink, but she loves her brother and she loves things that he loves, and her favorite color is blue, so we went with the same colors on her wallet as that, and I think she'll be happy with it once it really dries good. So anyway, that's it, folks. If you get into hydro dipping, again, this is a quick, easy way to do it with a spray paint. But you know, if you're wanting a professional job, definitely go with a professional, because you know, you're going to get what you get for the little bit of money that you're spending to do this. So anyway, hope you guys enjoyed it. Hope this helped you, and like and subscribe my channel. I'm fairly new to this, fairly new to putting videos on here, and if you will, like, subscribe, share it. I'd love to get a lot of people really subscribing to it, and of course I'll do videos, as many videos as I can. I'm not all about baseball. As you watch my channel, you'll see I've got a lot of different things on there. I do a lot of fun stuff. Some stuff is serious. I do want to do more baseball videos. I love coaching. I love the boys that I coach, but my channel is all about pretty much anything goes, just like it says. I video a number of different things and try to include my kids on it as much as I can, because they enjoy doing stuff with me too. So anyway, like, subscribe, and I hope you guys enjoyed this, and God bless.